Hey, welcome to my credit card application walkthrough. I know you hear me saying credit is simple a lot on this channel, but sometimes I forget to put myself in the shoes of someone who's new or unfamiliar with credit. If this is your first credit card application, or you simply want to know more about the process, this video is for you. I will be going over common credit card requirements as well as discussing what can be used as income on the application. I will also be showing you a sample credit card application. Alright, let's do it. Out of all the credit accounts that you can apply for, credit cards are the simplest. They require the least amount of information. While it can seem intimidating at first, the majority of credit card applications can be done online and will require less than 5 minutes to do. All credit card applications require the same basic information. They require your personal information, such as name, social security number, and address. Secondly, they require your financial information, such as income and how much you pay for rent. Okay, let's take a moment to talk about income information. If you are employed, this step is fairly straightforward. You just enter your gross annual income. However, if you are a student or have non-standard forms of income, this step can be a little bit less clear. To help you out, here is what you can consider income based on your age group. If you're 18 to 20, personal income, such as from employment or allowance, grants, and scholarships are the only thing that can be considered. If you're over 21, you can use everything a person 18 to 20 can. In addition, you can claim any income that you have reasonable access to, such as a partner's income, gifts, and distributions from retirement or trust funds. Income verification is not common. A simple rule of thumb is that if you do decide to include a form of income, just make sure that you can provide documentation to support it if requested. So the process for all credit card applications is the same. First, you submit your application. This should take less than 3 minutes. Then the lender will review your application. This process is usually automated and can take 1 to 2 minutes. Then you will receive a decision, which is usually one of 3 things: approved, pending, or declined. If everything is satisfactory and you are approved, then you can expect to receive your credit card in 7 to 10 business days. In some cases, your application may go into pending status. Usually this means that the lender is requiring additional information such as income or ID verification. Once you give them this information, you will receive a final decision. The third possibility is declined. If you are declined, you will receive what's called an adverse action letter within 30 days. This letter will detail the reason why you were declined for the credit card. Next, we'll go through a live credit card application. Okay, so we're on the Capital One website, and to start our application, we'll just click on credit cards. We'll go ahead and apply for the Capital One Platinum credit card, and that takes me straight to the application. It's first asking me for personal information, so easy enough. Just put Lang Doe, date of birth, and social security number. It's asking me if I'm a US citizen, so I'll go ahead and click yes. And I do not have citizenship in another country, so we'll click no here. Next part is contact information. So we'll just say I'm in Tampa, and we'll pretend that that is my address. Then it's asking me for email address, so we'll put lang@risingcred.com. Phone number. And then the next section is financial information. So employment status, I'll say that I'm self-employed as a credit coach and that I make $40,000 a year. We'll say my rent is $500. So for this section, if you don't pay rent or somebody takes care of it for you, you can just put 0. And if you split your rent amongst roommates, just put the amount that you're responsible for. Okay, next question is, do you have any bank accounts? So we'll go ahead and say I have a checking and a savings. Now this part isn't usually part of most credit card applications. They're probably just trying to sell me on a checking account. All right, next section, if offered, would you be interested in blank checks for use for cash advances? We'll go ahead and just say no. And then next section is some disclosures. So we'll go ahead and just agree, and I want my communication in English. And then next is additional disclosures. So this is the part where they'll give you interest rates, any fees associated with the credit card. I definitely would look through this. And then the final section is a continue, which is basically the submit button. If this was a real application, I would just click here and they would actually do a review of my application in 1 or 2 minutes and give me a decision. And that's it for the application. Okay, as you can see from the sample application, applying for a credit card is fairly straightforward. Sometimes the most difficult step is just getting started. If you're new to credit, I recommend that you apply for the Petal Card or the Capital One Platinum Credit Card. You can find a review to both in my free Rise Guide, which is a complete walkthrough of how to build good credit in 7 months. I'll leave a link in the description. All right, I appreciate you guys watching and hope to catch you on the rise.